Ooh la la la. It's the way that we rock when we doing our thing. Ooh la la. Hey everyone, welcome back to What's Happening. So on this premiere of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Miss Stormi'S had quite a few scenes on this first episode, and there was a scene where Stormi's mom entered into the season, and basically her mom is staying in the guest house and helping her out with chess until she can find a nanny. Now, during this time while they were talking, they talked about a situation where earlier Stormi had a discussion with her husband where he says he doesn't want any more children. And then they got on the subject of Stormi saying, she feels like people should mind their business when it came to, her wanting to possibly have a surrogate. And Miss Betty basically said, well, your business is my business. Stormi replied that, I guess it is since you can't stay off of social media. Miss Betty says, well, if she stepped on someone's toes, she said, so be it. Now, during Stormi's confessional, she did mention that her mom was very vocal and that even when she was growing up, her mom didn't like any of her friends. She said, her mom used to be an avid reader and read all the time, but she said there's this thing called the internet and that her mom likes to be on it. And she said she wants her to get off of it. Then Betty asked Stormi, basically, how do you feel about Mel? Are you guys friends? And, Stormi said, why would you ask me that? And Betty just explained that, the first time she met Melody at Stormi's house, she didn't like her energy. She didn't really care for her then. And she said she had been feeding off of that energy. Now, in a future scene, we do see where Stormi and her mom are invited and come to a tea party that Melody hosted. And it appears like we saw in the trailer that Miss Betty is basically telling her to shut up. And she wasn't really trying to accept Melody's apology. Now, several months ago, YouTuber Marcellus did sit down with Miss Betty and basically asked her, about this whole situation with Melody. And she did kind of explain, why she didn't like Melody from the beginning. So let's take a listen to what she had to say.
Miss Betty, do you think the show showed that lady's true colors pertaining to her relationship with Stormi, or did you have reservations already?
I had reservations.
And they want to know why.
Because something I had heard.
Okay.
I think, I'm going to speak on it because one of the bloggers have already spoke on it.
Right.
When the show was first getting aired, they was looking for couples. And somebody asked about Stormi, and they pulled up one of her videos, music videos that she had made. And they knew Stormi already, said that little ghetto chick. So I had a problem with that. Mm-hmm. Not that she wasn't picked for the show, but how are you going to talk about her? You don't even know her.
Yeah. When you see your daughter cry, does that bother you?
It does. It does.
Now, Carlos King recently had an interview with Melody, and they kind of broke down the events that kind of led up to all of this. And Carlos did confirm that Melody did pitch Stormi for Love and Marriage Huntsville, and that she really believed that Stormi and her husband Courtney would be a good fit for the show. Carlos also confirmed that Melody did the same for Destiny and also her ex-husband LeBaric. Now, Stormi's mom disliking Melody pretty much kind of caught Melody off guard. I guess she didn't even know that initially her mom felt that way about her. And many of the fans thought that, bringing her onto the show was like a setup against Melody. He said that he had been messaged, several times with people saying like, oh, you replaced Destiny with Stormi and you replaced Wanda with Miss Betty. And they basically were saying that they were both trying to come for Melody. Now, Carlos says, I know y'all think that I'm some type of wizard who can be a puppeteer, but he said we don't even go into the season thinking like that. And he said the fans have it all wrong, but they both did confirm that they can understand why they would feel that way based off of the trailer. Now, Melody did express, her feelings about Stormi's mom not liking her. So let's take a listen to what she had to say.
To be honest, I don't know her enough. I don't even know her enough to speak on who she is, what she is. I've maybe been around her 3 or 4 times in my life. in my whole life. And those times were literally mostly speaking moments. Hey, how you doing? I don't know her. She's not in my age range. So she's not someone necessarily that I would hang out with, if I could be honest. So for her to have such strong opinions about me, which I later find out, and we're not going to spoil too much, but later found out came even before she ever met me, that's weird to me. And I pray that I never am in a position to where I'm ever bashing or having such strong negative opinions about people my children's age and taking it to social media, and I've never met them. So I think there's room to grow. I think there's room to do better, period, because this is the second go around of people who are old enough to be my mother having such strong opinion and don't even know me really. They've only been around me a handful of times. But yeah, I pray I'm never in a position where I have such strong opinions about people my kids' ages.
Now, also during this interview, it was expressed that basically we, the fans, will be surprised at how, these relationships turn out between Stormi and also even Letitia. So I guess we just have to sit back and wait and see. But let me know your thoughts about all of this. Stormi's conversation with her mom, what Miss Betty said about Melody and why she felt the way she did, and also how Melody responded. I thank you all for watching and listening, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from What's Happening.